All right, guys. This is part two. This is a follow-up, actually. Ain't a part two. This is a follow-up. But like, as always, Blunts and Papers podcast, highest podcast in the fucking world.
That part.
You might have seen us rolling up in that first one and been like, damn, why are they rolling up and they're not smoking? Well, guess what? We was rolling up and now we smoking.
Again.
That part. So look, so we about to talk about Eric today, right?
Yo, what's up?
Give us a rough,
Introduce yourself, bro.
introduce yourself.
Don't mention Eric today.
No, yeah.
Give
we
us
go.
a rough estimate of who you is.
Let's go.
Okay, so I'm Eric. I just moved over here from Temecula, California.
Where you were born out there? You were born in
No,
Temecula?
actually, I was born in Mexico.
Okay. What state?
So I come from a military family. We moved out a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so landed in Temecula. Then I'm over here in Palm Springs.
What part of Mexico, by the way? Where you born?
Chihuahua.
Okay.
Chihuahua. Just,
And you guys were just stationed down there, or?
No, my dad, actually, I got adopted when I was about, I want to say maybe 7, 8 years old. So my dad's been in the military for 30 years.
Okay.
And my brother actually joined because of him as well. But yeah.
Well, that's
so,
what's up. So you
Good for their service.
So about scoot your chair or pull it out. So you moved. When did you settle in Temecula? Like middle school, high school?
Came to Temecula when my dad got stationed in. He got stationed in.
March Air Force Base.
No, he was in March Air Force, by the way, but he came from Miramar. And then he went to Camp Pendleton.
Okay, gotcha.
So usually it goes from like Miramar to Camp Pendleton. My brother was in Miramar at the, around the same time, and then they went over to Camp Pendleton.
Did you serve? Did you serve yourself?
No, my mom didn't let me.
She had to keep one of her boys at home.
Yeah,
Make sure. Yeah.
'cause my brother was 18. First time we went to Iraq. My dad was in Afghanistan, and my dad, he was a high-ranking officer, so he went over from Afghanistan to visit my brother in Iraq, right? And they had pictures together in the desert.
Wow.
My brother was 18 the first time he had a kill, and he's about 38, 39 years old right now, and he's still not the same. So my mom was like,
Nah.
Joy, we can't handle that. My dad, my dad's been there such a long time.
Was he like fighting your mom on it, or was he kind of just like he
it's
understood
just,
too?
I feel like my brother was so young the first time he went in, and
That's just traumatizing, bro.
it is. But my brother is pretty hardcore. The first time he went in, when he came back, he took the knife of the first Haji he ever killed. So you know how like sociopaths and people that are fucking in that way, they keep their trophies.
Yeah.
And my brother kept his. And so did my dad in a way, but my dad doesn't show it. My brother does.
Right.
So I was 18, 19 the first time I talked to a recruiter, and then that recruiter knew my dad, and then that recruiter called my dad and be like, hey, Master Guns, your son's trying to join. And my dad, talked to my mom. My mom was like crying and be like, hey, you better not join like your dad and your brother. I can't handle that. No
So
more.
did you know what you were gonna do after that, or did you kind of now have like a hole of like, damn, what's next? Because I thought I was gonna do that.
No,
you know?
I mean, I tried to do something different, and then
What was that?
the only thing that I've ever known that I've ever loved was be acting.
Okay.
So I went to college for about 2 years before it.
Where'd you go to
dropped
school?
down. MSJC.
Okay.
So speaking of acting, have you done any gigs other than just going to school? Have you had any acting gigs whatsoever?
I tried to a couple of times, but honestly, no. And then, like I said, I've been looking into it, but I've only done it like in college and high school. But it's got to take me some way for me to go back to school for that. That's why, like.
Do you want to do theater? Do you want to be in the movies? What kind of like acting?
Honestly, I told my mom this one time, and I told my mom, and I'm like, you won't see your son in the big screen one day.
Okay.
So,
Do you have good acting skills? I
honestly, I do,
judging
bro.
yourself,
I
rating
do,
yourself?
and you already know me, Chuck. You know a little bit about me, but I do, bro.
Okay.
I do.
That's what's up.
And like I said, your brother knows, but I can sing a little bit, and I'm not gonna sing for you guys right now.
Okay.
I'm not gonna sing for you guys right now, but I can play the guitar. I just, there's a little
You got some
something
talent.
about
You
me.
got some talent.
Yeah.
Have you ever used your acting to get the benefits you like in a life in a situation?
That's a good question.
Have you ever used your acting skills to like?
Give me an example.
Like, I'm
Like
gonna
lie yourself out of cheating or something.
no, like simple stuff. Like you want to go into a concert, so instead of just everybody scanning their little ticket, you act like you got a ticket, and you act like you got.
I've never been to a concert, bro.
All right, I mean, I'm just
But
saying.
it's just an example.
That's an example. I'm just saying, as an example,
You
like.
know how many times I lied to my mom before? It's crazy.
But it's
Hey,
crazy.
bro, you were like that was life or death. That wasn't no scene on a movie. You were like, nah, bro. You were like, bro, my mom was.
Can you cry on the spot, on the dime, just drop some tears?
Sometimes, yeah. Most of
But
the time, yeah. I
is
feel
that
I
like?
can.
do you-
I feel like that's a good skill, bro, to have.
But also you gotta like be able to tap into a dark place to just
That's
do
what-
that. You
yeah,
know?
yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
fuck. Now how do I
It's
come
not
back
so
out of
much
that?
honestly, it's not so much that. I just feel like when I was in school and I was actually doing this and then doing my monologues and talking to other actors and actresses, and we had to get behind the camera, behind the script, and
Right.
then you got to talk to each other, and you got to do this, you got to do all that, and then when it comes down to it, and just be like, hey,
Right.
listen, can you cry? Like, can you
Right.
really cry? And there's just something about you that you got to think about. And
Yeah,
it
yeah.
actually happens.
For sure.
And honestly, I feel to God like that you guys can do it, like you,
Yeah.
Chuck, and then you guys.
Let me ask you this. You like I don't know if you noticed this, but I feel like certain actors, you got a very handful of them that can do all kind of genres, but most of them kind of stick within like action or comedy or whatever. What particular genre are you interested in? Most importantly, if not all of them, but which one are you like more interested in like doing?
See, my favorite one is always going to be drama, because I feel like that's the one criteria that a lot of actors always try to focus on, and that's the one that is either you hit it or you miss it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the one that, like, Denzel Washington. When you look at his work, he's the greatest actor of all time. If you ask me, at least that's my opinion, right?
He's the greatest actor at being the angry black man.
No, it's not just
You
that.
know what I'm saying? If you
It's
ask
not
me.
just that. Like I said, you ask somebody that studies this and looks into this. Denzel Washington, one of the actors that's always like somebody that doesn't look into. I told your brother about this actually. Jake Gyllenhaal. He's an actor that people should really look into, and he's really good. And anybody that just wants to get into this, just Denzel Washington. You guys gotta look at this man, bro. Honest to God. And then you got all these amazing fucking Latin actors. You guys got,
Yeah, the acting field is wide. It's going up, like especially actresses and stuff like that. And the angry black man, like it's like drama. That's what you have to draw out emotion. So, and when you have a drama, you're gonna have somebody have a dramatic scene that's a signature. A lot of them, all of them have their signature. What's Denzel's? Denzel, he does a little lip
That little
quiver,
smirk.
yeah, you know what I mean.
It's not so much that though. That's what I feel like. People will say something about it, but unless you study it and then you literally dig in and deep dip, just really look into it.
What was the first time that you got that taste of it where you were like, oh, this is a thing? Was it like middle school, or was it like through school, or were you like, I could act? What? Like, wait, hold on, that's a thing? Like, when was the...
me looking into my acting career?
Yeah, or just into acting at all, like even to be like, bro, I could go on stage. I could, like, you got that little juice. Like, was it like a school play, or was it in the church, or was it in
Honestly, dude, I think it was if I can just be completely honest,
100%.
The first time that when my dad was stationed in where was it? The military station in San Diego, Coronado.
Okay.
So we were in Coronado, and my mom, because we didn't have papers yet, right? So we were leaving. So I was living in TJ, right? And the first channel that we got from the U.S. to to us, even though we were at fucking TJ, it was Disney Channel,
Okay.
right? So I was looking at
Disney
Wizards of Waverly Place.
Okay.
That's So Raven.
No doubt. No
You
doubt.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the classics.
That was our shit. That was
Got you,
my
got
shit.
you, got you, got
So
you.
when I told my mom when I was a little kid, I was like, "Ma, hey, listen, I really want to become an actor. This is my shit. This is really what I want to do." And then I was watching the Sweet Life in Sacramento.
Yeah.
You know the Sweet Life in
Yeah,
Sacramento.
yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? I was watching That's So Raven and then the Wizard of Waverly
Yeah.
Place.
And you were like, I don't know, but they got kids on that show. I want to be on that show.
Yeah, precisely.
Okay.
I was just like, hey, you know what? Like, I really, this is what I want to do when I grow up.
What was her reaction to that? What'd she say? Was she like,
My
oh,
mom
you're
was like, mijo, you will do whatever you want to do in this life. If you set your mind to it, you can do it.
that's tight.
Yeah.
She was like, if you ever doubt yourself, you come over here, you let me talk to you, and I'll say you straight.
That's tight. So it was started there. It was.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
that from there. It was born like that. Like
Yeah.
okay, now let me keep looking into it and doing a little bit more on my bad. That's on
Do
me,
you
y'all.
have
Sorry.
any, you have a favorite actor, like somebody who you like, like if you play ball, you gonna look up to Jordan. If you,
Yeah.
like if you have somebody who you look up to in acting.
Honestly, like I think I mentioned it right now. Besides Denzel, besides all the wonderful, amazing actors, I think Jake Gyllenhaal is one of my favorite actors.
Is that Gyllenhaal or Gyllenhaal? Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah.
Bro, what's your favorite Jake Gyllenhaal? Okay, like I was about to be like, all right, everybody, go with your favorite Jake Gyllenhaal movie. What's your favorite Jake Gyllenhaal movie?
I can't remember the name of this fucking movie, but it was when it's one of his look up his bio and then.
Mine is the one where he was like back in the day where he put the.
No,
where
there's
he's
so
in
many.
the- where he's in the.
Prisoners. Recently,
Yeah.
one of his first ones, Prisoners.
I like the one where I always remember that he was in the October Sky where they made the rocket that went to the
Oh,
sky.
that was way before the.
Bro, he was like a
2012
kid.
when
Yeah.
it came out. Yeah.
He was like
That
a
was way
kid,
before that.
and you're like, damn, not for
This guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this was his name. I knew this guy, but
Yeah, but the one you're talking about, that was way before 2012 came out with actually Harrison Ford. actually.
Yeah.
That was his dad, right? The second film that
let me
came
type
out.
in films real quick. So
Yeah.
I want you to pull it. I want to.
But yeah, what was it? I just told you the movie.
Prisoners.
Prisoners.
You said prisoners. Yeah.
Have you guys seen that movie?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the movie you was thinking of? Oh,
he-
Prisoners. Here, I'll show you the list.
Type it in. I think it was
This is a list.
both really good
So you
actors.
got Accidental Love.
Oh yeah, he was in Bubble Boy.
Prince of
Bubble Boy,
Yeah.
He was in Bubble Boy.
Prince of
I didn't know
Persia.
this- I didn't know this guy's name.
Prince of Persia is terrible.
Oh yeah. No, the day after tomorrow is terrible, bro. Bro,
Prince
at
of
the
Persia
end.
is terrible.
Hold on, wait. Hold on.
Okay, come on, man. Come on now.
Wait, bro. When he's at the end of, bro, you're gonna like. I'm sorry to shit on your movie at this point. When he's at the end and that fool's by the fire, I remember being like, however old I was when this movie came out, looking at my aunt, being like, "Man, this is stupid as hell." He really said that. Like I was into the whole movie. Like, oh shit. And
Day
then
After Tomorrow,
yeah,
right?
and then his dad, no, it wasn't Harrison Ford. It's the dude from Dennis Quaid. Or Randy Quaid.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
one of
so.
them.
I think
He
so.
kicks the fucking door open, and they're all in there. Bro, the whole world's over. Everybody, it's like 12 people that live. 12 people on Earth. They're on the floor. They got a fire.
He's over here fighting wolves and shit.
They got a fire. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fighting wolves and stuff.
They got a big ass fire, and the dad
that movie
kicks the
was
door.
trippy.
He's all, "That's my dad!" And he gets up and runs over, and that's how the movie ends, bro. It ends with that fool's dad walking. He goes, "That's my dad!" And he runs over. I was like, what? That's the first thing he said. Like, not like nothing. He said, like, "Man, that lady just watched her kid freeze. Like, all this shit's all fucked up." And all he says is like, they didn't ask. They didn't even ask, "Yo, who the fuck is that?" They were just like. He said, "That's my dad." Nigga, nobody asked. Who? Who asked? Nobody.
If you had to get rid of
Oh, Viola Davis. Yeah. You like her too, or what?
Yeah, fuck yeah. She's one of my favorite actors.
I like her
Okay.
in everything, but anytime she's in a Marvel movie, I turn that shit off. I'm gonna keep it
Why?
real.
She's.
Hey, she legit in the
actually-
Marvel
And all the other shit, she's hard.
She's only been in DC.
Whatever. Yeah. What? My bad. I don't know about those.
DC's
But that
crap.
DC movie,
DC's
yeah. Anytime I see her in one of those, I'm like, nah, I'm
DC's
cool.
crap.
I like seeing her. You know what? I feel like she don't. it's kind of awkward to see her there, to be honest, to your point. But I just think it's dope that they actually put her in there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah, like,
Like,
man,
they put-
I'm not-
by-
man,
out of all
go
people,
ahead,
because
man.
she's
I
in
thought they
all
said
the-
you don't smoke. My bad.
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
in
we
all
would
the
have
major
been.
black
Man.
films and shit.
Hold on.
Hey, go ahead. No, you go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
here,
Go ahead.
pass this to him. It's still going. Yeah, pass that. Go,
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 go.
go.
Just take a hit. I'm good.
You good?
Cool,
Yeah.
okay,
Oh, okay.
You like people out here a couple times.
Oh, Viola Davis though, and How to Get Away from Murder. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
saw
yeah. That show's
shit.
hard. That show's hard.
That shit was fucking hard.
Shit, bro. I was, bro.
that's
I
how
used
it
to
go?
make hash oil, and one day the statute of limitations out on this. You can't.
Oh, what? How to Get Away with Murder?
Yeah, but no. Before that, we used to go out to the oven. We take like shifts, like me and the homie. Like he'd watch the oven, and for some of the night, I watched the oven the rest of the night. And one night I came out, and this was sitting there watching fucking Scandal. And I was like, bro, what the fuck are you watching? He's like, oh, the show Scandal. She wrote it. And I was like, bro, whatever. I watched.
She wrote Scandal?
Yeah, she's the main
Viola
writer of
Davis?
Scandal.
I didn't know
Yeah.
Viola
It's for,
Davis?
if you look at it, it's like executive produced or from the mind of Viola Davis. Yeah, I could be wrong. Don't kill me, internet. But I'm pretty sure. But she has a thing that's like. I was like, I watched one episode. I was like, damn, this shit's hard. That made me watch How to Get Away with Murder because it came on.
Wow.
It was her second show. Like she had the whole hour. She had 9 to 10, 10 to 11. But we were watching it on Netflix and shit. So we were like, oh shit, what? I'm gonna watch this show because I'm watching her other shit on Netflix. Excuse me. So yeah, I got sucked into that show.
So hey, how about you though? You.
Yo, what's up?
You.
What about the show? You know,
Yeah.
too late. I was just too busy.
Come on.
I just don't have time to watch it. I don't know if it's good or bad. I just haven't. I've been busy.
The
I'm
show
not-
you was
shows
pretty
lately.
good. It's pretty fucking good.
You liked it?
It's
I haven't
you
watched
like
it yet. Is it fire?
Bro, come on.
Is it fire?
Everybody's gotta like that shit, bro.
Is it fire?
It's
Hell
pretty good.
yeah.
What is it about?
Hell yeah.
No spoilers, but what is it about?
Okay, all right. Just let me give you a rough draft.
Okay.
You.
Whatever he doesn't tell you, I'll tell you too.
Yeah, you is this guy that takes interest in whatever he really likes. That's why I can explain him. He's a book guy, so he grew up being abused by his father or whatnot. But his way to get out was the books. So when he was out to be able to get out, kind of in a rough draft, the rough draft of he gets to follow a girl he likes, and then he's obsessed with her. And
Bro, I just feel like it just makes some like it's greenlighting people to be weird as hell.
it really does. Really
We'll watch
does.
it.
Let him say it.
But
It's on Netflix, by the way. Netflix.
But he gets a infatuation with somebody so deeply that wants to make their life perfect. So he does whatever the extreme that takes. That's what the U is about. And he just moves to person, like, and he to the point where I don't want to spoil it if you start from each chapter, but each chapter he's gonna kill a motherfucker. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so pretty much he's infatuated with somebody who he can or somehow seems to want to help,
Yeah.
but he doesn't know how to do it.
Right.
He's infatuated with the idea of somebody he wants to love, but he doesn't know how to do it.
But let me ask you this,
Bro,
Which,
nah,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
weird.
No.
We can't greenlight these
He's
stalkers,
infatuated
bro.
with somebody so much that he gets what he wants at the end of the day. Because every person that he was infatuated with,
He
ends
killed.
up
He
getting
kills
it.
somebody just to get the bitch, bro.
Yeah,
He kills somebody. He killing off everybody. Like, no, that's more simp than fucking giving away your kids.
Yeah,
That's I'm gonna kill somebody for you just to. But does he? Okay, well, don't give it away. But
But let me ask you
Does
this.
she, okay, let me just
Have
ask
you
this: does she exist, or is it in his head?
No, she exists.
Yeah.
And the fucked up thing is, it doesn't happen just once. It happens like
Over and
it
over
just-
again.
it just-
And it's
in
not
a
even
weird
really
way.
related.
In a weird
It ain't
way.
even
In a
really
weird way.
related, yeah.
He thinks that he's doing this for the best or like for the better of some other people,
Man,
or maybe even
what a
himself.
weirdo.
But dude, he's fucked up.
So you seen you, right? So
Yeah.
have you seen Joe?
Like Joe.
Like
Goldberg?
follow Joe or
You mean JoJo? Like this motherfucker Joe?
no Joe like what movies? It's a series too. It's a cult type of series where it's like I feel like it's called Joe. And the famous actors in it is the main character.
No.
I gotta look at it. It's a cult. It's like
Bring up go Google. It's a cult. It's like a cult show where like this dude
I
has.
just want to type in this to Google right here.
Yeah, this yeah,
Same shit.
just say. I really don't even like saying it, but put like cult show Joe.
Cult shows up.
Yeah.
You know, show.
I think it's called Joe. I mean, it's off the top of my head. Nope, that ain't him.
Motherfucker's Irish, right?
No, that's not it.
Bro,
Give
so
me something else to type in.
so have you gone to have you have you done any acting with any other people?
Yes, there you go, man.
No, I
Like what?
haven't.
Just like where you bounce off. I used to live with this girl who she was big. Shout out to Ashley. I don't know if you even follow me or I don't even know, but shout out to you. I fuck with you. I don't really know where you're at. And like not like in life, but if you're ever gonna see this, but
Back in the day,
she I lived with her. Like I rented a room from them, and she was really into acting, and she did like hella commercials, and she would have like these people come over, and they would just be acting in the living room. Sometimes I'd be tripping, like, damn, they in there like yelling, like, "What's up, everybody cool?" Like, it'd be like a whole argument, and then like
You
sometimes it'd be,
always think that, bro.
I'd be
People
like, what?
always talk shit about that.
they'd be like they're going at it, like one was crying, like storms out, slams the door.
Yeah.
And I'm
That was like
what the
all
fuck?
part of the.
Yeah, and then like I go back out there like, yeah, I'm gonna go smoke this weird, and they're like eating, and they're like, oh, I was chill, like, yo, you really killed that, blah blah. I'm like,
Oh, that shit probably was tripping you out.
I
huh?
was like, I'm in there like,
Yo,
yo, they got, is it cool? Like,
First of all, I feel like I gotta defend that because
oh no, it was, I got it, but in the second, like, I didn't know that. I just knew she acted, and she did like all these Burger King commercials. She had like a whole little reel she would show me, but she was just like, oh yeah, my friends are coming over, and you know if you need anything, it's all cool. You can come out. We're not doing nothing, recording it or anything. I'm like, all right, cool. I had to come out, like walk into something, you feel like, oh shit, like
yeah.
what, like it's.
No,
Yeah, it was
said,
real.
I feel like I gotta defend that because when I was in college too, right? We used to just go back to my parents' pad, or I used to go to friends' houses, and then my siblings or my parents would like hear me and my friends like just go back and forth, and they felt like we were mad at each other, right? And I was like, hey, listen, we gotta like run some shit from fucking Romeo and Juliet or like from this shit, and then we gotta fucking hey, you know what I'm saying? We got bitch. We gotta fight,
Yeah.
We gotta go back at this back and forth. And then they were like, hey, mijo, what's going on? Hey, mind your business. Listen, you don't know about this. But you will do this.
Yeah.
It's a part of the way that you run your shows and you do your monologues and you do your whole everything. It's just a part of it. Like
Did
I
you
said.
do a lot of plays? Did you do a lot of like play acting?
I did a bunch of when I was in high school. When I was in a junior, I did a bunch of Romeo and Juliet. I did a bunch of God, what was his name? Jesus.
Hamlet.
I did Hamlet. Obviously, everybody did Hamlet. I did Hamlet, and then what I loved about my teacher is he let us do whatever we wanted to do.
That's cool.
Like, what do you mean by that though? Like,
So you search, like, we would do shit from these fucking movies, The Hangover, right? We would do scenes from The Hangover, like in my class.
That's dope. That's in high school.
In high school, and most teachers don't let you do that.
it's like it's like selected, pre-selected,
Yeah.
like
you only
scenes that you get.
you can only do this from this fucking 1972.
Yeah, and I think that's actually like a setback, bro. You want people to like explore different, situations in acting, right? You don't want them to lock into like a standard. Like how are you learning from that shit? You know what I mean?
Like last year, I had my son do an acting class in Palm Springs, whatnot. It'd be the simplest stuff,
Right.
man. Like you take a word like.
You take a word like simple stuff in acting and be like, say you're sad, and say you're sad in 3 different ways, and then make somebody feel it a different way. And you'd be like, oh, I'm sad, and then you'd be like, I'm sad, and then, oh, you sad? I'm sad. There'd be other, all this other stuff.
Like improv.
Yeah, the improv and stuff, and which really, well, they did all the way around. So you every Wednesday, I believe. We go up there and go to the stage and watch them do all their little acting.
Where were they
shows.
doing that at? Right there at the.
In Palm Springs, right on the strip,
Right there
at the end of the strip.
little fountain thing at the water.
Shout outs to them. Whatever by the water, it's at the end of the strip. They have a little acting like during the summer. You can go ahead and get
Probably
your
like
son-
4
your son-
stoplights up that way.
Yeah,
Oh wow, I didn't even know that this whole time.
yeah. It costs, but it costs. But you can drop them off for about a couple hours, and you don't have your little free time and whatnot. But
Bro,
I
that's
mean,
crazy.
So what is like
it gives you something to do to get
Your-
like the show.
bro, our parents had us fucking going at it on the basketball court. And you got your kid acting, bro. He does something chill. We was out there just being like, why are we out
that's
here?
pretty dope, man. I feel like anything that is in entertainment is a good lane, bro. If you ask me.
You like that?
We used to go at it, bro. For real. We used to go at it. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, what the hell?
Here, I got you. Yeah, no, me and D.
Yeah, we used to go out everywhere,
We
man.
used to be
I-
out there playing basketball.
Oh, shout outs to my Black History basketball champs, man. Shout outs to me and
He
our
said
was
shout outs
our
to me.
takeovers. The takeovers.
Hey, who
was
else is on your squad? Who else is on your squad?
shout out to Sed. Shout out to DR. Shout out to K Dog. Shout out to TT. Shit. There you go. Shout outs
Tournament was
to.
yesterday. You played Tuesday. Or
I played Saturday. Saturday played 6 games. 6 games.
Hey,
Never lost. We lost 1 game.
actually, I gotta go get the kids, man. They got school tomorrow.
Oh shit! All right, well, yo, shout out my guy Eric.
I mean, shout out.
Hey, hopefully you guys
Shout
have
out
me
to
back.
Eric,
Yeah.
Oh,
I
no,
know
for
DJ
sure,
Mike,
for
we
sure.
got you.
Yeah.
Be back.
No, we are for sure. We're gonna have a.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a
What's
different-
a
I
podcast?
should track this a lot later than I thought I would, but yeah, let's close. Let's wrap it up. Man.
The French Dominion.
We'll be back. Yeah,
We'll be
exactly.
we'll be back in all kinds of mixes. I'm gonna have
Dr.
them
Victor.
come
Hey,
on, man. We
Multi
gotta make
Pixel
some new
Podcast, highest
content.
podcast.